Okay, what is up? I was struck by some creative DIY inspo with this very old antique mirror that I have. First of all, we need to touch up the paint. It was spray painted originally with some matte black spray paint. And I'm just gonna use regular paint to like touch it up. But I also have these imitation, I guess, or I mean they're fake flowers, but you normally call them something. Anyway, thought was like putting them like on the sides of the mirror, but they're super fucking long. So I need to cut this off of them and make them shorter, like maybe just have it to about here or something. Here comes Aisha. There she is. Eesh. What are you doing? So, oh, look out. So that's like what the thought process is. I don't know how in the fuck I'm gonna get them on the mirror or like what really the plan is. She's checking herself out. She's like, who is that? What is that? So we're just gonna see what we can do. I don't know that I'll actually finish this DIY tonight, but I kind of just have like a general like plan of what I want to do. We'll see if it actually happens or not. I think that they're beautiful, right? Even though they're like so not real. The zoomies have officially hit. Oh my God. She's so funny. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, first I'm gonna get some paint and we're gonna fix these spots. And then we're gonna have to let that dry. And while that's drying, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this shit. I relocated. Oh, I wanted to show this because I found it. Out of the way. Free Palestine. I wanted to show this because I found it at the store for $4. I think that that's pretty fucking sick for $4. I mean, you can put a candle in there. Right there, you can put a candle in there. And I just thought it was rad. It's homemade, like all wood. Really cool. Obviously, again, not religious, but I think that, you know, the crucifixion's always been like a really iconic image in and of itself, even though I think it's actually really awful. Like, I feel like it's such a horrible thing to like, for that to be like what you pray to, that image, like literally one of the worst forms of torture a human being's ever gone through, and like that's what you, just a little sadistic if you ask me. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go. I mean, I kind of like the kind of weathered look of the paint chipping off, to be honest. I like it when things like look old, you know what I mean, and like kind of worn and stuff like that. I typically really like that, and I don't really know why I'm bothering with painting it, because like literally where it's chipped the worst is exactly where I'm planning to put those fake flowers. Maybe kind of pointless. The fridge just turned off again. That thing is so loud. I'm so tired of it. We've had like storms and rain all day today. I went outside for a little bit and wrote for a while. I put a chair out there on the deck so that I can like sit. It got too dark for me to see the paper that I was writing on, so I came back in. I mean, I could have taken like my little lantern light out there, or even, I don't know, turned the porch light on, because I have a porch light. I just turned that on and I would have been able to see just fine. But I've been out there for a while. I was ready to come back in. I think that this mirror was, because my mom has gotten like a lot of antique furniture from like my family members, and I think a lot of it was my great-grandmother's. She passed like quite some time ago now. I think it was 2003, if I'm remembering right. My great-grandmother on my mom's side of the family, obviously. I don't think that I ever met my great-grandmother on my dad's side of the family. I can't ever remember anyway meeting her. I don't know. So I'm assuming no, but I actually did have a relationship with my great-grandparents on my mom's side. They lived like literally right next to us in the house that I grew up in when I was a kid, so they were literally right there. It would be weird if I didn't have a relationship with them being that close. But this mirror is super old. It has been around for a long, long time. And I like old things. I'd rather have like old antique furniture than I would new stuff, because I just feel like new things are not really like, they're not made well anymore. They're not really like, you can tell that they're just kind of like thrown together. There's no like care actually put into making things. It's more about how fast you can make them, not how good you can make them. And I feel like with furniture, like that's like really important, right? Like clothes and stuff is one thing, like, you know, because it's clothes, but I do like to shop in like thrift stores and antique stores a lot of the time for like literally everything: clothes, furniture. That's like where you can find the gems. I spent like most of the day like literally cleaning the entire apartment top to bottom, and I was doing stress cleaning. I've had a really stressful just life in general, honestly, but it's been like a really stressful few months. Oh, you scared me. Where did you come from? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna have a stroke, Aisha. That's not funny. She's something else, man. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? She literally like shocked me out of my thought. Oh, stress. Yeah, I've had a stressful just life in general, but the past few months has been like extraordinarily stressful. I have not had a good time, obviously, if my like more recent videos or anything to go by. So I like, you know, I clean when I am stressed. It kind of gives me like an outlet. So I've spent most of the day doing that, and of course, as soon as it gets like late and I really should be like trying to go to bed, I'm doing things like this. So okay, I think that's about all I can do with that for now, and I'm gonna try to start prepping these fake flowers. Okay, so these, I have these handy dandy, I don't know what the fuck this thing is, but I've had it for years. It never steers me wrong. Anyway, these are like really good for like cutting, there goes Aisha again, cutting into metal. They're like really good at cutting metal and wire, and that's exactly what's in these flowers, is there's like wire through here because you can like bend them or whatever. So we'll see what it looks like when I cut it. Didn't sound good. Oh my god. Okay, maybe harder than I thought. Oh god. That's like a lot. I am not weak though. I might look really small. I mean, I am honestly really I am really small, but I'm tough though. Fuck, I'm gonna like oh yeah, look at that. You see the wire coming out of there? I don't know that you even saw it. Did you even see it? There it is. It keeps focusing on my hair, but there it is. Angled. Come on, son. There we go. Maybe we can just manipulate this a little bit. I feel like even after I get the, see, look how easy that chopped that off. What the hell? I feel like even after I get them on there, that might not be where the whole thing ends. I feel like I'll inevitably end up adding some things to it. But for now, it's just kind of like, you know, just getting them on there is kind of the goal. Now we got to do this all over again. We have to do this 3 more times because there's 4 of them. I've been rewatching The Sopranos too while I've been cleaning today. And I don't think it's a controversial take. I made a tweet about it earlier and was like, they don't make good TV like this anymore. And that is a fact. If you missed out on The Sopranos originally, you should watch it. Because that shit is so fucking good. See, that one came off a lot easier. Come on, you son of a bitch. No offense, Flower, but you're making my life hard. So now this just looks like asparagus. I really hope the power doesn't go out. Okay, now that we got the flowers all trimmed up, we just have to get them on here. I think maybe the best bet will be to attach them to each other first, get them nice and bonded together, and then figure out how in the fuck I'm gonna actually get them on the mirror to where they're going to like properly stay. This is what happens when you just like decide to do this shit like out of nowhere and you really didn't think ahead to get any other supplies. But I think that that's true DIY when you're just like, I'm just gonna figure it out and I'm gonna make it work somehow. So yeah, I'm in the middle of gluing these flowers together, but look at this cute picture I took of Aisha. I love Polaroids because I just think that they're cute. We'll put her up here with Jesus for now. Ta-da! Okay, so these are pretty stuck together. That wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I literally just used nail glue. I don't wear nails anymore, but I have more of that fucking glue than I know what to do with. So I'm just like squeezing it on there, just in like one spot, and then sticking them together like this. And you gotta hold it. Oh, it's all over my fingers. That's the worst. I really want some like cool like ribbon or something. Some like old school like lace or something like that would be cool to put around them as like little mini bouquets or something. I just think they're pretty. Like I like how they're like the dark red orchid color. I just think that they're really, really pretty. I've got glue all over my fucking hands. Eesh. So we got these stuck together. Oh, I've also got my fingernails stuck to my skin and I hate the feeling. So, like I said, the plan is just to get them on either side like this. I think it just like feels like very Victorian, if you know what I mean, like super old school, like back when things actually used to be pretty. So I want to get them stuck on there. And just for now, I feel like I'll end up adding to this DIY. I usually do, like cause then I feel like, oh, it's still not enough. So we'll see what we can make happen here. I'm gonna see how this does. This is like some putty. but it typically holds pretty well. As long as you like get it formed pretty like decently to whatever you're sticking it to. So we'll see kind of what we can do here. For some reason I felt like this was like gonna be harder than it has been. I don't know why I thought this was gonna be so difficult. I guess because I think everything in my life is gonna be difficult. So I just prepared for it. I was like, this is gonna be hard. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I kind of want to paint this black now. The stems, is that too much or would it look too weird? Maybe I'll like see what let's see what the audience thinks. Remember that old game? You can like do a poll for whenever I finally put this video up. Like, you can let me know if you think it'll look better with if this was painted black too, or if, because I just feel like, I mean, I like the green because it gives like a pop of color, you know, because this red is really dark, but I also think that, you know, I like everything to be as goth as possible, you know what I mean? Just, and I think it looks pretty though. Look at that. I kind of want to fix the bottom of these because they're stuck on there pretty good actually, but you have to be really careful with it is the only thing. Oh, wait. Okay. Like I said, I want to kind of fix this. There she is again. She's about to jump out from behind that thing and scare the shit out of me. I want to fix these like bottom parts a little better. Maybe do something there, but like this was the vision that I had. Just the pretty orchid flowers on. See, I want to get something to put at the bottom here to cover this up is kind of what I want to do. But again, this is kind of haphazard just for the moment. But look how pretty. See that like red on the black? I think it's just so pretty. But you can let me know if you think that I kind of really am thinking about painting those, or maybe painting the bottoms and kind of making it look like making it look like an ombre kind of thing would be cool. Just like where it like fades into black maybe, because then these wouldn't stick out so bad. I think that will be cool. Maybe I should do it actually while I'm still here, while we're all still here. Okay, here we go again. Please don't. I want to try to do this like ombre thing on these and see. I think it would look better like airbrushed, honestly. But I just kind of want it to look more like it's like almost growing out of it, if that makes any sense. Instead of like, see, like already from my perspective, it's looking a bit better. It doesn't look so like I'm obviously sticking out and not a part of this, or like, I wonder how far up to go. See what I mean? Like already from a distance, it looks a lot better, I think. Whoa. It's like a risk painting on carpet. Really not a good idea. mean, it's really not that big, like massive of an issue that I need to do this right now. But I just am not going to be able to like take looking at it because I'm just going to be like, oh my God, too weird. Eesh, stop trying to scare me. You keep popping out of places. It's weirding me out. And maybe like getting some hardware to put, like, oh God. That storm's really rolling in now. I can hear it. I kind of just like the idea of like the black kind of slowly like bleeding up towards it, if you know what I mean. Maybe you don't know what I mean. Wouldn't be the first time. People really misconstrue things I say a lot, so, you know, is what it is. See, I just think that looks better. Just already, that just looks better because it's not as, like, obviously sticking out, you know? And that's why I want to get something to, like, put, like, just at the bottom of them here. Maybe some kind of hardware of some kind that'll, like, fit around here, and I could just, like, stick it on the mirror and attach it so that way they kind of look like they're being held there or something. I don't know. If you have any ideas that you think might look nice. But like I said, I want it to look very like goth, very Victorian looking. I don't want that to like, I don't want it to look too modern is what I'm trying to say. To look still really like antique and old and all of those things. I think that looks a lot better. Yeah, that looks a lot better, I think. Yeah, you see what I mean? Look at that. Look how much better that looks. Where it slowly goes black. It's not as much of like a... It doesn't stick out as much anymore and look really weird because it fades into that black at the bottom. I think that looks a lot better. Yes, this is what I wanted. Okay. So, I'm gonna get some cool pictures of it though and stuff like that, but for now, I think this was pretty cool. And very spur of the moment, but I've been looking at these flowers for months, not knowing what to do with them, and then it just kind of sprung in my head, like, why don't I put them on that old mirror? I think it'll look really cool, so... Ta-da! Aisha is giving herself a bath. She's finally calmed down, ready to go to bed. And so am I. That I've been able to work that out of my system. Got a cool new mirror. I mean, it's not new, but it looks different than it did before, so you know. Anyway, this was fun for me. I don't know if anybody else cared, probably not, but I like spur of the moment shit like that. And I like watching stuff like that on YouTube of people just doing random DIY stuff. It's fun. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you have any ideas of like what else I can do to this thing, any like cool goth, Victorian-esque kind of vibes that you think would look really cool on this thing, I am all ears. I've also got paint all over me. It never fails. So yeah, sounds like the storm's rolling in and the rain's about to start, so I'm gonna start winding down and get my ass in the bed. But thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. Spoke too soon. Fuck, the power's gonna go out. Don't, please don't. Please don't. Please. God help me.